Well, my name is James Price. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh, I got plans tonight at 8:30. But anyway, I grew up in the projects, man. I grew up poor. We were so poor, robbers would come in and leave us stuff. That's a joke. I grew up poor. My friends were drug dealers. All my friends were drug dealers. My best friend, Derek Lewis, I was coming home from a basketball tournament. He puts me in his car. Dude drives up to him and goes, Lou. He's calling him Lou. Lou, what do you got? He opens a glove compartment up, he looks at me, he closes it, he said, let me take my man home and I'll get with you. He takes me home, I get in the shower, go to the club, people come up to me, tell me Derek Lewis got arrested by an undercover FBI agent. Do you understand what happens if I'm in that car? Me and you never meet. 5 years later, he gets out on good behavior, he's back to selling drugs, somebody's chasing him, he swallows them, he dies. He ODs. He ODs. I got another friend named Darnell Young, big time drug dealer. I'm at the University of Pittsburgh, FBI's coming and talking to us about point shaving. Me and him are going back and forth. The FBI agent looks at me, he goes, where are you from? I said, Pittsburgh. He said, where at? I said, OVA Projects, what? He said, you tell your buddy Darnell Young we're on to him. I said, how do you know? He said, because we got surveillance on Darnell and we recognized you. Okay? The point I'm trying to make is you gotta know the people that you're around. I'm gonna give you 4 points. My first point is every one of you in here have a gift. All of you. God has created you to have a gift. I'm not trying to get to a spiritual message. I'm just letting you know. You have a gift. Your gift may not be football, but your gift may lead you to what you are going to do and the call that you have on your life. All of you have a gift. And there are going to be people around you who don't understand the gift. I moved here in 1998 to teach at the University of North Florida. A young girl came into my class in the year 2004. 2004, mind you. And she looked at me and I was going through the class and I was like, what are the things that you like to do? What are you good at? And she said, I'm working with my dad doing something. And I said, what is he doing? She said, he works for a company. I said, what is the name of the company? She said, Giggle. I started laughing. The class started laughing. She shut down. She didn't want to talk anymore. So after class, she walked up to me and she said, Mr. Price, I can't believe you embarrassed me. I said, well, how did I embarrass you? She said, I didn't say the name of the company was Giggle. I said, the name of the company was Google. And I said, oh, never heard of it. I said, well, what are you and your dad working on? She said, I don't want to tell you because you're going to laugh at me. I said, what do you mean I'm going to laugh at you? She said, it's my gift and my passion, 2004. I said, well, what is it? She said, I don't want to tell you. I said, please tell me. She said, okay, Mr. Price, me and my dad are working on this watch where you can look and you can type stuff in and send it to people and talking to it. Who's laughing now? Can I get 2 claps for a gift? Another kid came in my office, Kenyatta Adams. He comes in, he goes, Mr. Price, I want to be in pre-law, but I have a problem. I can't remember the preamble of the United States. I said, Kenyatta, you have a gift to remember. You've got to understand, young man, you got a gift. He said, Mr. Price, no, I can't. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, secure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain the establishment of the Constitution. I helped him so much, I remember it. But the funny thing was, he could put his headphones on and he can walk out my office like, and my uncle's calling me like, where it's at. I gave you the keys, told you to bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road. I said, hold on, Kenyatta. Don't tell me you can remember Drake. But you can remember something that's going to help you for the rest of your life. See, you all have a gift. Give me 2 claps for a gift. Here's the other thing. You're going to work harder than anybody else with that gift. You're going to have to work hard when you have a gift. When I was playing basketball in Pittsburgh, we had a game, it was on TV, I had 18, 19 points. I'm walking in the locker room, or I'm walking in the dorms. I see 2 freshmen. They're coming up to me, they're like, man, I said, the game was on local television. Man, I saw the way you were playing that game. I saw the way you crossed the dude over and you dunked. Man, I want to be like you. I said, no, you don't want to be like me. He said, no, I want to be like you because I see what you do on TV. So he went back into his room, he started drinking and smoking, he went to the frat party. I had to go into my room, sit down and try to psychoanalytically break down Hamlet for those of you that want to go to college, okay? So then 4 in the morning came, so I knocked on his door. He opened his door like, what's up? I said, you want to be like me? So you watch TV and you want to be like me? Because what he didn't know for my guys who want to go to college, from 4 to 5, I'm in the training room getting iced and tape. I have no hair from here down because of all the tape that I have on my legs. From 4 to 5, from 5 to 7, practice, 7:30 shower, 7:30 to 8, breakfast, 8 to 12, class, 1 to 2, lunch, 2 to 3 Spanish tutors. Yo soy poquito español cuando tú háblame lentamente, es correcto. 3 to 4, calc tutor, 4 to 6, practice, 6 to 6:30 shower, 6:30 to 7 dinner, 7 to 9 study table, and the coach has the nerve to say the rest of the night is yours. See, you don't see that on ESPN. ESPN never shows Peyton Manning in the playbook. ESPN never shows Aaron Rodgers watching film. ESPN doesn't show LeBron in the weight room because the games aren't won when you play them. The games are won out here. Games are never won on a schedule. Games are won in practice. Games are won in the weight room. Games are won watching film. Games are won in the classroom. But see, don't get on the field and a dude house you and you're like, man, I wish it. No. Because there are dudes in Texas right now working hard. Ohio. I'm from Pennsylvania. I know they're working hard and they don't care what the temperature is outside. But see, there are going to be people who are not watching you when you have a gift. That's why it's interesting. I was talking to a guy in the Navy SEALs. He said the Navy SEALs, if 1 to 10 is a measuring stick, he said the Navy SEAls always practice at 12. I said, what do you mean they practice at 12? He said, we always practice harder than anything else, and we go hard. I said, why? He said, because we get into a war, it's only a 10. We've been practicing at 12 so much that when we get into a situation, we just do it like this. See, some of you would tell your coaches, I don't have to practice hard. I don't have to practice hard. Let me tell you something. I never could understand when they said you must practice the way you play because you can't assimilate the speed in the game. You have to practice just like you play. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
A few more points. Give me 2 claps. The third one. Oh, you must be. I want you to repeat this with me. You ready? Yes, when my coaches. And my parents. And my teacher. Push me. It's not personal. When my coaches. And my teachers. And my parents. Stop pushing me. It becomes personal. Because a lot of you will get pushed and your parents and your coaches will tell you to do something and you start taking an attitude. Oh, I don't want to do it. You have to get pushed. You tell me a player, I'll give you the coach. You have to be pushed. It's the only way to get you from point A to point B. If you could do it by yourself, these guys wouldn't be here. You have to be pushed. There's a guy up at the University of North Florida. His name's Matt Driscoll. He's the head basketball coach. Him and I grew up together. He had a guy on his team named Bo Beach from Ponte Vedra High School. UNF is playing LSU on ESPN. LSU has a guy named Ben Simmons who was the top pick in the NBA draft. Well, UNF had a guy named Bo Beach. Bo Beach comes down and shoots a one-hand dunk and misses. Coach Driscoll grabs him and gets him in his face and says, didn't I tell you we don't go to the basket with one hand, it's got to be 2 hands. So the next time down, guess what Bo did? 2-hand dunk on TV. That's the interesting part. Now watch this. They had NBA scouts watching Ben Simmons. But what they saw was Bo Beach. Because I have this saying, when coaches scream at you, you can use this. It's called copyright. You got a right to copy it as long as you copy it right. One of 2 things. You're either going to melt or you're going to man up. Say that with me. You're either going to melt or you're going to man up. Next time somebody hollers at you who's in your corner, think about it. So Bo mans up. The interesting part was the Brooklyn Nets just happened to be there watching Ben Simmons. Here's the long story short. Bo Beach is now playing in the NBA, and guess who he's playing for? The Brooklyn Nets. I do not think it's a coincidence. I think there were coaches who he didn't see, who was watching to see how he was going to do when a coach got in his face. Was he going to melt or was he going to man up? Give me 2 claps on melting. And here's the last one. Let me add to this. There are times when these guys are telling you stuff and you don't understand it. I get that. These guys have made a trip that you haven't even packed for. I have 3 daughters. I used to sit them down all the time and say, did you brush your teeth? Did you brush your teeth? Did you brush your teeth? And they would say, Dad, what are you talking? Did you brush your teeth? Did you brush your teeth? Well, my oldest daughter one day, she said, listen, I don't understand why you're always on us about brushing our teeth. So I sat her down. I said, listen here, baby. If you don't brush your teeth are going to fall out of your head. If your teeth fall out of your head, you're going to look unattractive. If you look unattractive, you're going to have low self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, the first boy that winks at you, you're going to want to be and spend time with him. If you're going to want to be and spend time with him, you may get intimate. If you get intimate, you may get pregnant. If you get pregnant, you can't go off to college and do the things that I want you and your mother wants you to do because you're going to have to stay home and get a job. And if you have to stay home and get a job, then the plans that God has for you, they might not come into fruition. I can't get into all that because you don't understand it. I just need you to brush your teeth. Hold on. Put some of you a question what your parents are doing. Praise God, you know where my daughter's at now? She's in med school at Yale. Not because of me, because she understood. Brush your teeth. Amen. Last one. There are going to be people who are around you who don't understand why you come out here on Sunday. I saw some girls out here. There are going to be some guys that are like, what you doing out here? Let me tell you something. I watched this, and I know some of you have watched it, and it really messed with me. How many of you seen The Lion King? Okay, yeah. Here's what I got out of that. You ready? Simba is a king. He's called to do kingly things, but he's hanging out with Timon and Pumbaa. They're talking about Hakuna Matata. And the only reason they have him around is because they know he can protect them. And then they start getting in, they start talking. Where do the great kings come from? Blah, 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 blah. They get into this. Simba realizes real quick, these guys are different from me. Simba realizes real quick, they don't do what I do. And if you don't remember, it was Nala that came and said, you're supposed to be the king. And he kind of looked at her like, man, now you sound like my father. And she said, at least one of us does. Here's what you've got to understand. Simba was a king. He was supposed to rule over the whole jungle. He's eating insects off the jungle floor. When I was looking at that, I was like, oh my goodness, this dude has to get away from Timon and Pumbaa in order for him to do what he's called to do. He's called to greatness. Some of you are called to greatness and you're hanging around with Timon and Pumbaa. I'm telling you, they're gonna pull you down. My friends do one of two things. They either lift me up or they pull me down. Those who pull me down, I left them in the hood. Those who pull me down, I left them in jail. Those who pull me down wanted to sell drugs. Those who pull me down, it was all about girls. And I said, well, you can do that because I'm called to something greater. Something greater. All of you have a gift. All of you are going to be pushed. All of you are going to have people around you who don't understand it. All of you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Give me 2 claps. I just want to thank you for, let me give you a round of applause. I just want to thank you for being here and listening. And let me tell you something. These guys mean well. I don't know all of them, but if you're out here on a Sunday with some kids, you're doing well. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Amen. I hope to see you soon.
Give me a 3 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Give me a 3 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Thanks a lot. Listen, for y'all who don't know, that's Pastor James Christ at Celebration Church, okay? All right? Pastor James Christ at Celebration Church. We want to thank you. No, I appreciate you. Every year we got to have them come and give our kids a message. Every year. From here on out, I'm going to go ahead and write it down.